Voice of Wales are a bunch of fascists and neo-Nazis posing as journalists. This one is Dan. Dan's comedy sidekick is Stan. And this one is a perpetual student, who wants to fight the culture war instead of earning an honest crust. Let's look at their performance as journalists at an event in Swansea. Stand Up to Racism had organised a pretty impressive protest against Katie Hopkins doing a turn in cinema and co. Swansea. Dan and his crew turned up to intimidate the protesters who generally ignore the attempts. But this young woman tries to engage in a discussion.
None of them know why they're here. None of them. Right, so why are you here?
Katie Hopkins is over in Cinema and Co.
Okay.
And she's a well-known racist.
Right.
She, Cinema and Co.
Tell me one thing that she said that's racist.
The worms in the sea, referring to the refugees.
Give me the full quote.
Babies, I don't have full quotes, I'm sorry. I don't have that kind of memory.
Dead babies, I don't care. Show me the bodies, show me the dead babies. Skinny people, brown people, I don't care.
Okay, what's the full quote? Tell me what the full quote is.
Something to the words of show.
Because again, the context is important here. If we're talking about racism, context is important.
Alluding to the fact of dead babies on the beach, bodies, she doesn't care. Show me them, I don't care. That's the premise of what she's saying.
Show me them, I don't understand the context here. What's the context for... Yeah, of course. I need to know what the context is before I can debate it. Sorry.
You want to debate it?
Well, no, not necessarily debate it, but have a conversation about it, because that's what's needed, right?
Yeah, of course. You're going to have to cut it for a minute and pick it up again.
Okay. All right.
She tries to explain why they are protesting against Katie Hopkins by explaining what she said about refugees, but the student is having none of it and calls for a full quote and context before discussing it. He obviously hasn't done his own research. The Syrian war broke out in 2011, causing many people to flee Syria. Those that couldn't get visas travelled by dinghy. Over 1,500 people died in the Mediterranean in 2014 and even more in 2015. In one tragedy on the same day that Katie Hopkins said what she said, 800 people died. She said, "No, I don't care. Show me pictures of coffins, show me bodies floating in water, play violins and show me skinny people looking sad. I still don't care." Hopkins added, "Make no mistake. These migrants are like cockroaches. They might look a bit Bob Geldof's Ethiopia circa 1984, but they are built to survive a nuclear bomb. They're survivors." Months after the quote, a picture of a 2-year-old Syrian boy Alan Kurdi was shown around the world. Syria was already at war when Alan Kurdi was born. He died with his 5-year-old brother, Galip, and mother, Rayhan, when trying to flee the war in September 2015. They washed up in Bodrum, Turkey. Popular for Brits holidaying in the sun. The picture had an impact across the world, and in light of this, Katie Hopkins was asked if she regretted saying this and was urged to apologize. She never did. And that is the context and why she is not welcome in Swansea.